What's up, peeps? It's the TheJavanator over here. Um, so kind of sorry for the late upload. Um, I'm recording this pretty late. Um, just got back from seeing a movie. It was actually fantastic. Let's do a Lazarus one. Lazarus. All right. The movie that I saw was Bohemian Rhapsody. Um, now, I love seeing how bands got their start. Like one of my dream career would be a rock star, like a musician. Oh my goodness, having people in a stadium singing along to the songs that you wrote would be like there would be no feeling like it, you know. Anyways, um, and I love Queen. I could go on and on and on and on about how much I love Queen. Um, might get copyrighted for that, but whatever. Um, yeah, they were just a revolutionary band. You know, I would argue that Freddie Mercury is probably one of the greatest singers that history has ever known. And that's just makes me get even more ticked off at like modern stuff, you know? When you've got teenagers who can't even sing and all that. I'm not saying that I can sing or anything, but like, you know? It's, and people who don't even play their own instruments, let alone people who like lip sync for a living and use auto tune. Like, I can understand lip syncing to an extent, you know, if you've got a cold or something and you're really nasal and you need to lip sync for a few performances, fine, I can see that. But like, you know, if you're at the point where you don't play your own instruments ever, and um, and you, especially if you use auto tune, like, what says like you can be a good songwriter and need help singing and all that, but go to a vocal coach, you know? Learn how to sing. Don't use freaking auto tune. Goodness. So I have this is gonna bother me having these not shot up completely. Anyways, I have massive respect for um, bands that uh, write their own songs and sing and play their own instruments and all that without the use of auto tune, and especially Queen. Queen is just, oh man, there's no words for describing how much I love their music. Okay, so we have curse. Oh my goodness. Okay, what? And I pressed the blind, so we can't see what items we get on this floor. However, this item right here, awesome. This will help out a lot. Comment down below, like, whether or not you like Queen. The answer better be that you love Queen, because Queen is one of the greatest bands. That's not the second secret, because Queen is one of the greatest bands to ever be a band. You know, they just had this vision that was unlike anything else at the time. And like, I know some of you are thinking, what do you mean unlike anything else of their time? Like they were a rock band. Rock and roll, it was a thing long before them. Yeah, well, yeah, but like all of their albums sounded different. Like, tell me, what else was there at that time that sounded anything even remotely similar to the entirety of their A Night at the Opera album, let alone the song Bohemian Rhapsody? What else was there that came anything close to resembling that? That's why I have such great respect for Queen. Just fantastic. And like, their songs are just, how can you not sing along and stuff? Like, you want to know, like, I say like way too often, but you want to know, just, okay, as, I need to think about how to word this. Everybody knows Bohemian Rhapsody, right? Like, play that at a party. Everybody knows the song. Everybody. Now, that begs the question. I don't ever remember taking the time to learn this, any of the lyrics to that song, and it's 6 minutes long, and there's no chorus. So, like, you know, when a song is so good that you don't even need to memorize the lyrics in order to know every single word of the song, including the guitar riffs and bass lines and all that, it's just, it's absolutely incredible. It's unmatched. Oh my goodness, that was bad damage. Music's just, I love music. It's a massive part of my life. I remember sometimes I tell people ask me how many concerts I've been to because I go to a lot of rock concerts and tell people, hey, I got tickets to this thing, and they're like, how many concerts have you been to? And then I start counting them off, and I use both my hands and my feet. I think by this point I have seen a total of 23, 24 concerts, something like that. Not to brag, but music's important in my family. Anyways, I like my family. I have a pretty good family. Should find our item room. Oh yeah, the item learn to jump allows you to jump. So, there's that. Oh dear. Oh my goodness. Okay, so, I don't feel like wasting. Well, might as well. Magic much? Nothing. Okay. Family vacations. Family vacations are always fun. Um, although, like, for me, going somewhere is like, for me, going on a family vacation, like, getting to the place is like all good and fun. It's super, it's fantastic and everything, but like, for me, it's less doing the activity that makes it fun and more just enjoying the simpler things in life with the family. And what I mean by that is like, my family, like, okay, how do I explain this? Okay, I'm bad with communication, but my family, like, often doesn't sit down to just watch TV together. We're often off doing our own thing, and that's all good and fine. Like, we all need our space and pursue our own interests and all that, but, like, everywhere you go, like, anywhere where there's a TV, there are game shows like Jeopardy and Family Feud and Price is Right and all that, and Wheel of Fortune. And one of my absolute favorite parts of vacations is just sitting down in the hotel room on the beds or at a friend's house or a relative's house on the couch watching some Family Feud or Jeopardy and just partly listening to the contestants say the most absurd and ridiculous answers. Um, but it's just fun. Speaking of game shows, Jeopardy got on Netflix, the Jeopardy Champions Tournament, I think it's called. Um, it's insane what those people know, Like, oh dear goodness, that was awful. But we got a spirit heart back. Thank you, Gimpy. Anyways, yeah, like, how do people retain this otherwise useless information that they have? Like, did they learn it specifically so that they could go on Jeopardy? It's like, did they learn something 10 years before going on Jeopardy? And somebody's like, how do you know this? Why do you know this? And it's like, I might be on Jeopardy one day. And then they're like, okay, well, that ended up working. That was the best dodge ever. But, like, you know, I always enjoy it when there's categories that I like know every single thing about. Um, for example, I was watching Jeopardy on Netflix these past few days, and we should find our item room before we go to our boss room. Anyways, so I've been watching Jeopardy, and there have been categories where it's been like what was one? Heavy metal, and every single thing, like every single I guess answer that they gave, that the host gave, I was able to get the question right every single time before the contestants themselves. Like, there's this one question that was like, what was the answer? I guess it was, because in Jeopardy you're given the questions to match the answers that are given by the host. Anyways, um, all it had to say was this group has members this, and this, and this, and then Axel. And I was like, oh, that's Guns N' Roses. Who on earth doesn't know about Axl Rose? You know? I've seen him at concert. I've seen a lot of concerts, but Guns N' Roses put on a good show. Probably could have played that, what do you call it? The coin beggar, I guess? Oh, whatever. Okay. Magic Mush. Oh my goodness, such a great item. Okay. And we have great health for the moment. Meanwhile, great health for the moment as well, so I could see this potentially being a win. And I know that I've said that about most of the rounds so far that I've played, and like all of them have resulted in awful losses, mostly on just me being an idiot. Um, the biggest being that Azazel run, but whatever. Um, Here's what we do. Pay out, pay out. Okay, caffeine pill, two spades, puberty. Okay. As long as Gimpy keeps paying out with Spirit Hearts, then should be mostly fine. Okay, let's keep playing this. Okay. Overall, ended up. Okay, well, I guess that worked out pretty decently in the end. Um, let's quickly go replenish our hearts. We do have an extra life because we're Lazarus, and therefore, if we die, then we respawn. Actually getting more damage, but the way that these past bunch of rounds have been going, I kind of like to preserve our survivability as best as we can. Meanwhile, as I walk into that pit of spikes for the second time. Anyways. What was I talking about before? Bands and Jeopardy, right. And so there was stuff like that. Some that I was watching today, there was Marvel, the past 75 years of Marvel, and yeah, got most of those right. In my defense, the one that I didn't know, none of the contestants knew either. That's because it was some award or something that Marvel gave to some fans a long time ago. I don't know. None of the contestants knew it either, so whatever. Anything comic or movie related, though, I it was no hesitation. I knew the answer. Games are just fun. Yeah, comment down below what game show you would most like to be on and why. It would be cool. I think the one that I would most want to be on would probably be Family Feud because then I get to um, kind of is more towards my slightly above average IQ. So as opposed to Jeopardy where you need to know everything about everything pretty much. Um, so yeah, let's increase our deal with the devil chances a little bit there. Right, just donated all of our coins. We don't have any coins to buy a spirit heart with, so there's that. We did already get our item room, so we can go straight to our boss room. A family feud, though, that would be cool. Like, play against another family, like, silently say, "What the heck, Dad?" when it's his turn to answer a question and the survey is obviously not gonna have his suggestion on there. It's just a good time. So we didn't beat the deal with the double chance there, but it's all good though. Okay, we are very above schedule. We are just speeding on down the river. Yeah, sometimes I watch those videos that's like worst game show answers ever, and my favorite ones are always from Family Feud. Like some of those are absolutely hilarious. I won't go into detail for some of them because some of them are a little bit shady, and the surprise factor of it just made it absolutely hilarious. Um, but yeah, a lot of them are just absolutely hilarious, and the fact that they were somebody's first instinct or the first thing that they thought of when uh, the question was said just makes it even funnier. You know, it's just absolutely fantastic. Oh my goodness, that was less so fantastic. Um, okay, kill this guy. This could take a while. Our damage is insane. I'm very happy with our stats right now. Okay, there we go. Okay, there's no room up there. Okay, this way, maybe. Okay, some fun games. Would you rather? I remember when people used to play that all the time. They might still, if like there's nothing better to do at all. But some of those would you rather uh questions are like really hard, and others are just super easy. Like, why is this even a question? Of course, I'm going to choose to be the only genius in a world full of idiots, rather than the only idiot in a world full of geniuses. Like, are you kidding me? Um, and then others are just plain painful. Like, would you rather uh poke both of your eyes out with the spoon, or shove an ice pick under each of your toenails? And it's like, why? Who came up with this? I would like to see how Ed Gein came out of his prison cell, or any other famous serial killer. I know a bunch of serial killers' names just because I was in forensics last year, and we had an entire unit on serial killers and stuff. It was a pretty sick unit. I enjoyed it. But like, plus, I was also in psychology last year, and so I learned about some serial killers there too. Um, you know what? We should have picked up the spirit. Let's see if we can get another one over here. Okay, that's fine. Okay. But yeah, like, who comes up with some of those ones? The really gruesome ones. It's like, what? Is this a forgotten verse from Weird Al's fantastic song "One More Minute"? Where it's like, I'd rather. A few lines from that one is like, I'd rather rip out my intestines with a fork than watch it going out with other men. And it's like, well, that nothing says I love you more than that, I guess. But yeah. Oh dear. Okay, so we got to deal with the devil this time. It's Krampus. Um, okay. I recently heard something about like if he does his spin beam attack, then ooh, this is tricky. Do I want this more? I feel like this might be more useful from an offensive standpoint, especially if we're going to be doing boss rush, which I feel like we should. I also think that the music cut out. Why did the music cut out? I don't know. I don't know why the music cut out. Okay, well, whatever. It's back now, so there's that. I don't feel like we need to use Krampus's head right now, though. I feel like we should use Krampus's head on a, uh, when they're, like right now, for example. See? That tore through the majority of that way. Oh, unlocked the cellar. Excellent. I feel like this. I was about to say that I feel like this would be a relatively easy wave as well, except I got hit there and there. So, there's that. Um, please dump into the spikes monster. I asked nicely. Okay. Oh, bloat. Bloat is an awful, awful, awful boss. Should not even be allowed to exist. Oh dear. That almost hit me. I would like to thank my Batman reflexes for that. Excuse. Oh, okay. Um, Another relatively easy one, I would say. Oh, except for that. You know what? Nah, never mind. I think we'll get through this. Yeah, we got through that. Okay. Also, comment down below, like, um, no, I guess I already asked, what your favorite Queen song is. Okay, never mind. Yeah, when watching Bohemian Rhapsody earlier today, I noticed that there were like a lot of Queen songs that are played primarily on the piano, and like I knew this because I knew that there were Queen songs that were played on the piano because I have like most of their songs on my phone. Um, but I don't know, I guess it never really translated to me just how many there were that I could learn. Um, and so yeah, also just been kind of hesitant to learn some Queen songs on the piano, just because a lot of those ones that are on the piano um, have guitar solos in the middle. That we will use a Krampus head right there. Have guitar solos in the middle of them, and it's like, well, I can't really bring my guitar to school and just stop playing the piano and whip out the solo there. Um, why were you frozen, Isaac? You wouldn't let me move there. Anyways, there we go. Gimpy allowed us to get the spirit heart, so that is very fortunate for us. Um, kind of don't know where the other one went. There it is. Oh dear. This is not good. That's not good. But yeah, I'm thinking that I'll need to learn how to play some Queen songs. I already know the lyrics to most of their songs. Funny story. Last year at AFY, big, the big church kind of, not really camp, but big church event that uh, that like Latter Day Saints church event that happens in the I guess United States for a long time. Um, it's been in the States for a long time. Um, that happens over the summer for the youth. It's called EFY. Um, one time, like, there's this karaoke uh, area, and it's fantastic. There's tons of songs to choose from. Um, some of my buddies from my group that year had um, gotten up to do some karaoke, and they did the Queen song "Don't Stop Me Now." And anybody who has heard that song knows how fantastic of a song that is. And if they've seen the music video, they uh, know how fantastic of they know the styles of Freddie Mercury, and so, well, like, yeah, it was a good time when they were singing that one for everyone, and like the singing wasn't fantastic. The singing that my group did for that song, that not my group, but my friend, the group that my friends had made, the little 4-person group they had made, to perform that song. It wasn't fantastic from a singing standpoint, but that was probably because they were too focused on the epic choreography that they had arranged for it. It was absolutely incredible. We probably should have popped 2 parts a long time ago. Not gonna lie, I actually forgot that we had that, so that's my bad. Um, can't imagine that boss rush is going on too much longer though. There we go. There we go. And we got butt bombs for that. So, was it worth it? I would say no, 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 absolutely not. Um, another Queen reference there for you. But yeah, it was, it was quite entertaining. And then uh, I got up and sang the Queen song, Somebody to Love, hit the high note, and everything. Nailed it. Not gonna lie, there were girls who asked for my number, and then I had to decline, being like, sorry, I'm international. And so they're like, okay, Instagram then? And I'm like, email? And then they're like, okay. So, yeah, it was a good time. It was a good time, good time. Another Queen reference right there for you. Comment down below if you're understanding these Queen references. Like, know what songs they're from. Oh dear. Because if you do, I will be impressed. I think that's my 4th Queen reference so far this video. There will be more, probably. Yeah, and like, do we care enough about that key to use our Hanged Man on it? We're probably not even going to use Hanged Man for the entirety of the run, so it'd kind of be a waste not to use it. Well, whatever. We have 20 keys. Keys are not an issue for us. Um, Health, on the other hand, kind of is. We do have extra lives, but I would really prefer not to need to use them. Okay. Oh, my goodness. Oh, we're getting lots of black hearts here. Okay, so that was good. I enjoyed that thoroughly. Not a second secret room? Are you kidding? I mean, we might as well. Okay, moldy bread. It's a snack. I like eating snacks. Snacks are good. You know, who doesn't enjoy a good granola bar here and there throughout the day? You know? And all our bars are good. And that's our third puberty pill, giving us the adult transformation, which basically it makes our character look older by giving us a crappy unshaven beard, not dissimilar to my own. And so there's that. That's not a way that we can go. Curse of Darkness is not a good curse to have. Kind of makes me want to turn up the gamma on my game here. Can't even see anything. Anyways, what were we talking about? Oh dear. Thank goodness for Gimpy. There's still some. Okay. We killed everything. There's a part of the heart right here. Anyway, so the adult transformation also not only customizes your character mildly, but it also gives you an extra heart container, so it's helpful in that sense. From a health standpoint. And all you need to do to get it is eat 3 puberty pills. So, it's pretty good. Really hate this curse, though. Curse of Darkness is just... It's probably the curse that I complain about most. That damage was my fault. I will admit that. I want both of these. And we've got the bombs to spare, so... That's not a way. Okay. Well, 50-50 chance. I notice that I have a talent for... okay. Theoretically speaking, if you are given 2 50-50 chances, then you should win one of them and lose one of them. Statistically speaking, that's what you should get in theory. I have, for some reason, the statistical... okay. You know the Marvel character Domino? Lucky Domino? I've never actually seen Deadpool 2, the movie that she's in, but, or Deadpool 1 for that matter. Saw an edited version where, all the bad stuff was cut out. The movie ended up being 15 full minutes shorter than it normally would be. And gotta say, it was a funny movie with all the bad stuff cut out still, but 15 full minutes of crude, holy crap. Anyways, yeah, Domino is super lucky, the most luck. Anyways, don't know how to expand on that. Anyways, but I'm the opposite of Domino. From playing Minesweeper, I've noticed that it has happened multiple times where every single space around me is safe except for one. And it's up to a guessing chance where I need to guess whether something is safe or not. Because there's really not a good way to find out sometimes. Sometimes it is just a guessing game. Anyway, so I've got a spot. There's 8 spots around me, 7 of which are perfectly fine. We don't want to go down a hill. We'll just take the win right here. And anyway, so before this gets wrapped up really quickly here, 7 out of the 8 spots around me are perfectly fine and safe. And a lot of the time, the majority of the time I would say, I managed to pick the one spot that kills me. And it is just, it's not a good time. So we unlocked Coat Hanger and Wrapped Baby. That'll conclude this video. If you liked it, like and subscribe. Tell both of your friends about this channel. It would help out a lot. If you didn't like the video, then like and subscribe anyways, because like I said, 3 seconds ago, 4 seconds now. It helps out a lot. So, yeah. Until next time, I'm TheJavanator, and good